Hi, this is lesson 1 again, our true purpose, part 2. Sorry about the interruption. We're at the key questions of considering your life experience and where have these lies and the truth been operating most prevalently for you. I think this is the simplest way to discover your area of calling. Do you hear I am worthy? I don't belong. I stand outside the circle. Or do you hear I am powerless? I am a victim. I constantly feel pushed down from being the true person I am. Or there's something wrong with me, most often with my body. Perhaps because you're a GRA and each one of you is highly gifted, you may be experiencing lies in all 3 areas, and that's perfectly okay and right. I do believe there is one specific area that has the highest anointing and calling for you, and that's the area for you to put your first focus. But God doesn't just develop one side of us. He develops all parts of us. And so the other 2 pieces the other 2 areas of calling would need to be addressed at some point too. I encourage you to read those scriptures that are listed above because they're very encouraging and they will speak to you in a very powerful way. But here's my next encouragement. Let's reframe these lies into truth. So I've written some declarations for you. I'm going to read them because I want you to hear them, but then I encourage you to take those declarations to expand on them, to write your own, and at the very least to start with the ones I've included and use them wherever you are. Like if you're getting ready in the morning, begin to speak them. If you're washing the dishes, speak them. If you're driving, speak them. Wherever you have a moment where your brain and your mouth can be working while you're doing something else, or even when you're just sitting still meditating, speaking those in worship is also really powerful. The idea is to develop those new brain paths because we're putting a road closed on the old brain path, and so you need a new way of getting to your ultimate purpose. So, beloved child and community, I have been stolen from and lied to. I am worthy and I do belong. I have a loving Father who is constantly working to bring about my best. I am God's beloved child and I am adopted into his family. I am blessed, I am included, and I am celebrated. Key identity calling, royal heir, reigning with King Jesus. I have been stolen from and lied to. I am not powerless. I am not a victim. In fact, I was created to live in dominion and to be powerful in partnership with King Jesus. I am so not a victim. I was created to be an overcomer and to take dominion in the territory of my calling and birthright as I sit with King Jesus on his throne. Key identity calling, cherished bride, creation, conception, reproduction. I have been stolen from and lied to. My body has been continually attacked to tell me there's something wrong with me and therefore I can't thrive or do the things that bring me joy. In fact, I was created to not only live, I am called to partner with my bridegroom, King Jesus, as beloved, cherished bride to create, conceive, and reproduce in keeping with God's mandate in Genesis 1:28. So we've heard the true purpose, that we are created to become like God and to partner with him for the reclamation of all creation. We've learned about the 3 areas of calling: community, dominion, and creation, conception, reproduction. How do we tie this all together and live it? That's always a question, right? It's not about information. It's always about transformation, and it's about personal application of how you actually live this thing. So if we're going to reflect God, as a beloved child, we're called to create and bless community. Especially for men, men are meant to be fathers in community. As women, we're meant to be mothers in community. And that is what the world is desperate for, to belong, to be loved, to be unconditionally accepted. And as someone in dominion, as a royal heir in God's household, we are called to practice reigning with King Jesus, to reclaim creation, the mandate, and to establish his heavenly kingdom on earth. Adam and Eve were meant to expand the garden across the entire earth, and maybe even into the universe. It was always meant to be expansion. We are meant to expand as well. Cherished bride, to live in intimacy with King Jesus, and to live into our mandate to be blessed, to be fruitful, and to multiply. All right. I always want to include some further investigation for you, for those who have the time and energy and desire to go after this. So here's my encouragement. Read all the way from Genesis 1:26 through the end of chapter 3, where you can see how our true purpose, our creation, and the fateful fall. By getting that so clear, it gives you a foundation from everything else to build on. When I lived in Santa Rosa, I taught out of Genesis so much. Genesis actually fell out of my Bible, and my team got my Bible bound for me, because that Genesis passage and what follows in the book of Genesis as generational blessings is so key and important. Look back on your life and consider where you've been stolen from. It's a lot easier to reclaim with King Jesus if you know what the theft actually is. Read the declarations and ask the Lord to show you his true calling for you. And if you don't get the clarity, don't sweat it. Just start with one area and move from there. And then consider writing some of your own declarations. There's nothing like putting your spirit and your brain together and creating something that then you can speak. That actually not only creates a learning path, but it ignites our spirit and brings our spirit, soul, and body into oneness. So I'm sorry I won't be with you this week. I'd love to be practicing this with you, but you'll love being with Rita and Patty. Amen.